Ever notice how some people get totally wrecked when someone cuts them off in traffic, while others just shrug it off and keep going with their day? A Stanford study found that 82% of Americans let other people's opinions control their emotions and decisions every single day. There are two types of people in this world: those who react to everything and those who seem completely unbothered by anything. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 3 practical methods that Jordan Peterson and Joe Dispenza discovered that literally rewire your brain to stop caring about things that don't matter. The third method changes everything, but it's rarely discussed by mainstream experts. If you've ever spent hours overthinking a text message or replaying an awkward conversation in your head, it's not your fault. Your brain was wired to react this way. But today that changes. Picture this. Someone leaves a rude comment on your post. Your boss sends a vague, "we need to talk" email on Friday afternoon. The barista gets your order wrong after you've waited 15 minutes in line. Check your phone right now. How many notifications do you have? Each one is designed to hijack your attention and trigger an emotional response. As Dr. Joe Dispenza shows in his brain studies, every time you react emotionally to something, you strengthen that neural pathway, making it almost automatic next time. The cost of caring too much is real. You replay conversations in your head for hours. You take everything personally. You feel drained after scrolling social media. You constantly need others' approval. The average American spends over 5 hours per week just worrying about what other people think of them. That's 260 hours a year. Imagine what you could do with that time. Today we'll explore 3 powerful methods to stop caring about things that don't matter. 1. Pattern spotting. 2. Emotional detachment. 3. Identity shifting. The third method completely changed how I view other people's opinions, and it's what most mindset gurus never talk about because it's too powerful. Your brain is basically a pattern-matching machine on autopilot. When someone criticizes you, your brain instantly connects it to every criticism you've ever received. These emotional shortcuts happen before you even realize it. When was the last time you checked your phone without even realizing you were doing it? That's your brain on autopilot. Based on decades of research, there are 4 main triggers that manipulate our emotions and reactions. Trigger 1, you owe me. This is reciprocity at work. When someone does something for you, you feel obligated to return the favor, even if you never asked for help in the first place. Trigger 2, last chance. This is the scarcity trigger. Think about how you feel when you see limited time offer, or only 2 rooms left. That sudden anxiety. That's the scarcity trigger working. Trigger 3, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. This is the authority trigger. When someone with credentials speaks, we tend to believe them without question. Trigger 4, everyone else is doing it. This is social proof. We look to others to determine what's correct or appropriate, especially when we're uncertain. Notice how your body reacts when I say these phrases. Feel that tension? That's what we're learning to spot. Every time you see someone with more likes, a better vacation, or a bigger achievement than you on social media, there's that little sting, right? That's not random, it's a deliberately engineered trigger. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook are designed to trigger comparison in ways that keep you scrolling and engaging. The platforms literally make money from your emotional reactions. But here's the key insight. When you spot the pattern, it loses power over you. It's like seeing the magician's trick. Once you know how it works, the magic is gone. Jordan Peterson offers a simple pattern-breaking technique that works remarkably well. First, notice the emotion in your body before you react. Then name exactly what you're feeling. This is embarrassment, not just, I feel bad. Finally, ask yourself, what pushed my button here? Next time someone cuts you off in traffic or your partner says something that annoys you, pause for 3 seconds and think, what pattern is being triggered right now? Spotting the pattern is just step 1. But what happens next is where the real power comes in, and this is where 99% of people get stuck. There's a fundamental difference between reaction and observation. When you're in reaction mode, you're basically on autopilot, like a pinball bouncing from emotion to emotion. When you're in observation mode, you're watching your emotions like a movie, not getting sucked into the drama. Think of your mind like the ocean. Most people live on the surface, tossed around by every wave. But you can learn to dive deeper where it's calm no matter what storm is happening above. Joe Dispenza teaches a 30-second detachment method that anyone can use. First, do a quick body scan. Where do you feel the emotion? Chest? Stomach? Then take a deep 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Finally, ask yourself, can I just watch this feeling without doing anything about it? Let's try right now. Close your eyes and notice your thoughts floating by like clouds in the sky, without grabbing onto any of them. Look at how LeBron James stays cool under pressure. When he gets trash-talked or booed by thousands of fans, he doesn't explode or shut down. He stays in his zone. In his own words, I just try to block everything out and focus on the task at hand. I've trained my mind to treat everything as information, not as personal attacks. The noise is just noise. You might not be playing in the NBA Finals, but when your boss criticizes your work or you get an angry text message, you can use the exact same mental technique. The science behind this is fascinating but simple to understand. When you react emotionally, your ancient reptile brain takes over. That's the amygdala flooding your system with stress hormones. When you observe without reacting, your conscious prefrontal cortex stays in control. The more you practice this, the stronger your mental detachment muscle gets. Imagine going through an entire day just observing your emotions without reacting to them. How different would your life be? Pattern spotting and emotional detachment are powerful, but they're just the preparation for the game-changing third method. This next part is what separates people who occasionally manage their reactions from those who are completely unbothered by anything. Here's why criticism or rejection hurts so much. You've attached your identity to whatever's being attacked. When someone criticizes your work, you hear, I'm a failure. When someone disagrees with your opinion, you hear, I'm wrong. Notice how when someone criticizes something you don't care about, you just shrug. But when they question something important to you, instant emotional reaction. According to Jordan Peterson and other psychologists, there are 4 layers to how we experience the world. Layer 1, your surroundings, where you are. Layer 2, your behaviors, what you do. Layer 3, your abilities, what you can do. Layer 4, your core identity, who you are. When your boss criticizes your presentation, a behavior, but you hear it as, I'm incompetent, your identity, that's an identity trigger. You've confused what you do with who you are. Think about how advertisement works. If you're the kind of person who values freedom, you'll buy this truck. They're not selling a vehicle, they're selling an identity. Joe Dispenza teaches a powerful identity-shifting technique that works on a neurological level. Start asking, who would I be without this story? Separate what happened from what you're making it mean about you. Create space between events and your identity. Next time someone's opinion bothers you, ask yourself, what part of my identity feels threatened right now? Matthew McConaughey's transformation is a perfect example of identity shifting in action. Early in his career, he was defined by romantic comedies and public perception. When he decided to reinvent himself, he turned down million-dollar roles for almost 2 years, what he called his unbranding phase. His just keep livin' philosophy came from realizing that his worth wasn't tied to Hollywood's opinion of him. In his own words, I never felt like a victim. If I didn't like the way this game was going, I was going to take my ball and go home and play a different game. You don't need to be a Hollywood star to redefine who you are. The moment you stop letting other people's opinions define your worth is the moment you become truly free. These 3 methods, pattern spotting, emotional detachment, and identity shifting, work together as a complete system. Which of these methods do you think would make the biggest difference in your life right now? These 3 methods work together like a mental immune system. First, you spot the pattern, you notice what's happening. Then you detach emotionally, you watch without reacting. Finally, you shift your identity. You separate who you are from what happens. Think of it like a mental firewall. The first method detects the attack, the second prevents the automatic response, and the third rebuilds your system so similar attacks won't work in the future. When you stop caring about what others think, your life transforms. You make decisions based on what you want, not on avoiding judgment. Criticism becomes feedback, not a personal attack. You have mental peace even when things go wrong. You spend your energy on what matters, not on overthinking. As Jordan Peterson says, the better ambition is not no suffering, the better ambition is the right kind of suffering. When you stop caring about the wrong things, you can focus on what truly matters. If this approach to emotional freedom resonates with you, hit that like button. It helps others find this content who might need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more practical psychology that actually works in real life. Drop a comment. Which of these 3 methods will you try first, and in what situation? Remember, your peace of mind is too valuable to give away to people and situations that don't deserve it. Every time you choose not to react, you're building a stronger, freer version of yourself. As you move through your day today, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Your future self will thank you for being selective with what you allow to affect you. Hey, incredible growth seekers. Wow, what a journey. If this video resonated, subscribe now for more life-changing content. Join our community of self-improvers. Smash that like button to fuel more content on mindfulness, goal setting, and emotional intelligence. Share this video to create a ripple of positive change. Comment below about your growth journey. Your insights shape our content. Next week, boosting self-confidence and overcoming limiting beliefs. Don't miss it. Every interaction brings us closer to a world of empowered individuals. Let's make personal development global. Stay inspired, keep growing. Your best self awaits. Let's unlock it together.